Good morning, everybody. Welcome along to day 3 of the World Cup watch along number 4. And if you don't quite class England in this group, one of the first of the massive big favourites, Argentina, will be taking their bow today, playing Saudi Arabia. I think it's 1 p.m. maybe over there. Is it 3 p.m. past? I don't know, but the first of the 10 a.m. kickoffs in this World Cup. Obviously, we're on a reduced schedule, so we now go to 4 games per day. 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I'm not entirely sure how many we'll get through today. I'm definitely intending to do France tonight. But first of all, it is Argentina. And of course, it is Messi, obviously a huge name, a huge stature in the game, and very much potentially his last World Cup. Can he get the World Champions medal? That story will not go away. What will also not go away are the Saudi Arabian fans. There are tons of them, obviously, in terms of the locality. Not too bad for the Saudis, and they have turned up in their numbers. We'll go through the teams in just a sec. Make sure you say hello in the chat. The balance of getting college work done and watching the World Cup is hard. Yes. It's been a few years for me, but yeah, I had that a couple of times, actually, major tournaments during exams and whatnot. What are you going to do? Ewan agrees. Leon, surely this will be a walk in the park for Argentina, right? You would imagine so, but we never know. Matt, you legend, 4-0 Argentina. Give me some goals. Give me some Messi. That's all I'm saying. Qatar. Yeah, I was right, Peter. There we go. I went to Abu Dhabi once, so I should know what the time difference is. No, that's different to Qatar. But that particular region of the world, 3 hours. In fact, did I stop in Qatar? Would I have stopped in Qatar for a layover for Abu Dhabi? I can't quite remember. I don't know. Anyway, what I do know is we're about to kick off in this one, and we're going to have loads of fun with me trying to pronounce some of these Saudi names. And we'll give it a go right now because we'll do the teams. Should be a few more familiar names in that Argentina lineup. Plenty of European, plenty of Premier League representation. Starting in goal, we all know Emi Martinez of Aston Villa, excellent keeper. He is right back, Molina, Atletico Madrid. Left back is Tagliafico of Lyon. We know the centre halves, don't we? Romero is currently at Spurs, and Otamendi is at Benfica now, but for the longest time was at Manchester City, wasn't he? In the midfield, Rodrigo de Paul, very highly rated central midfielder in there. Another Atletico player with his teammate there, Molina there. Paredes of Juventus and Gomez of Sevilla. So lots of La Liga players, lots of Premier League players as well. Di Maria at Juventus. He's been a great player for years. He didn't quite hit his best heights at Manchester United, but certainly for Real Madrid in those times, exceptional player. Lautaro Martinez of Inter is the guy to get the goals. But is he the guy to get the goals when you got this guy in your team? Lionel Messi, one of the all-time greats. We will enjoy watching him. He's done pretty much everything else in the game. Can he become a world champion? We think he's going to come in off the right as he's done for many years. But frankly, where the ball goes, Messi goes, and where Messi wants to go, Messi goes, frankly. So we really look forward to watching one of the all-time greats. Ewan, earliest watch along we've done must be the earliest. We're at 10 a.m. We can't have beaten this, can we? Whereas Martinez from Manchester United, we might have to go to the benches for that. In fact, go on, let's do the Argentinians bench there. Correa, Alvarez, another Man City player, McAllister of Brighton, Fernandez, Palacios, Rodriguez, Dybala, Almada, Pizzella, Montiel, Foyth. There is Martinez, Acuna, Armani, and Rulli. There we go. Let's jump from some South American names to some more Arabic-sounding names. We will try our best. No real European representation in this squad. In fact, I think most of these players do indeed even play in the Saudi League, which does attract the odd very good player late in their career. Awash with money, as with many of those leagues over there. But let's not get into that today. Let's have a blooming day off the socio-political, economic conversation, debate, etc. Oais in goal. The right back is Abdulhamid. The two centre backs there, Altan Bakhti and Al Balay. Shirani is the left back. I'll try my best with these names. Kano Malki and Al Faraj is the captain. They're the central midfielders. Al Barikan, Al Sherry, and Al Dasari are the fullbacks. If you do get a little bit confused, a lot of the Arabic players will wear their first name on their shirt rather than the surnames that have been put up there by FootMob. Unless you really want me to do the bench for Saudi, I will not be doing the bench for Saudi. And we'll get back into the comments. 3-0. Argentina, says Ewan. Considers being a breakout tournament for Julian Alvarez, who I saw in the flesh, actually. I went up to see Man City absolutely demolish Nottingham Forest. Don't that Qatar weather look lovely while the UK... Yes. And I didn't make the mistake this morning, Jay. The heater has been on for 1 hour, but it gets bloody cold in here. Morning. Matt, that's sensational. That's so bad it's good. No, Al Murray. If that's your joke, I'm impressed with that, Matt, unless you nicked that from someone else. Incredible. Dad jokes coming in early doors here from Matt. Feel this is going to be one-sided, says Stephen. You would think so, but they do feel like a little bit of a, if not a home nation, a local nation, don't they, Saudi, with all the fans they've got there. We appear from Qatar to have lost the feed. I don't know if anyone's got the test card. There we go. We are back. Oh, and we're gone again during the Saudi national anthem. Someone put a quid in the meter. While we're doing that, do you want to get your predictions in, guys, in the chat? How do you see this one going? I suspect we'll be very, very heavy on Argentina, as you can imagine. Let's have a little look at the groups while you guys are hopefully doing that. The way these are seeded, this one does feel a little bit different than some of the other groups where we've had one favourite, one potential whipping boy, and then we're kind of trying to figure out second and third. This one, I don't know so much. You do wonder whether Mexico can get close to Argentina, Poland. It doesn't feel that big a drop-off in terms of the 2 and the 3. Obviously, Argentina will be the strong favourites that we expect to get 6, 7, or maybe even 9 points, depending on resting players. Saudi, you never know. We're expecting a whipping boy there, but you never know with the crowds and whether that can rule them on. You would think points would more likely come against Poland and Mexico, but you don't know. Could it be another possible 0 there? We will see. We hope no one gets 0, but somebody is going to for sure. 4-0, says Ewan. Full-time score, not half-time. 3-1. Can see Argentina doing what Ecuador did to Qatar. Get 2 or 3 and then sit in first. That's all you need to do, isn't it? Alistair, Argentina and Poland, I would say, but it's close between Mexico. We are getting the flip of the coin between the two captains here. That is obviously Messi for Argentina and Al Faraj of Saudi. Morning, Vindaloo. A 3-0 there. So look, understandably, everybody's pretty heavily expecting Argentina to take this game and to get ahead onto 3 points. As with England, really, when you get the first game is the, perhaps the group favourite against what we expect to be the group whipping boy. It's a nice situation, isn't it? Get off to a nice 3, make life easier for the rest of the group games. I don't think anyone's underestimating Mexico, Stephen. Mike, 5-0. Will we be awash with goals Will we get the score a couple and sit back type situation? England didn't. They got 6, didn't they? Or will we get something even closer? Can the Saudis give the Argentines a game? Guys, please do hit the like button. Obviously, it's early in the morning, relatively speaking, in football terms here at 10 a.m. But if we can draw some other people across to the stream, that would be absolutely tremendous. So do hit that thumbs up button and help us find as many watchers as we possibly can. We are about to get going. There is the group, which is not what I wanted to show you. Let's quickly bang through the teams one more time. For Argentina, Martinez, Molina, Romero, Otamendi, and Tagliafico. Gomez, Paredes, De Paul, Di Maria, Martinez, and the great Lionel Messi. For the Saudis, Oais, Shirani, Al-Balahi, Al-Tabakti, Abdulhamid, we're trying our best, Al-Faraj, Malki, Kano, Al-Buriakan, Al-Sherry, and Al-Dawsori. There we go. I think we managed to get through without too much ritual humiliation. As we will say, through the tournament, all pronunciations are made in good faith, and unless you can translate 10 pages of the language you want to correct me on, I don't care about your corrections. So there we go. Normal state of play there. This match can win the Golden Boot. Think Argentina will go for it. Assuming the other watch-alongs in France came today. We might even be able to get 3 watch-alongs in. We'll see how I feel after the first one. I'll try and ease in. Let's hope there's not too much cause to be yelling and screaming. You never know with Mexico. One of them can be hopeless, but another they can be anyway. I think second place will go to Mexico. Better in the heat than Poland. All good points. Guys, I'm just going to switch the mic slightly over here so I can look in this direction to the TV screen, and we will try and get into this 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game with Romero to Otamendi and grabbing it back there. Paredes is dropped right in between the centre backs early doors. There it is into the channel for Di Maria on the right wing. First chance for him to have a little run. Slides it into the box. Messi! Oh, saved. Nearly scored within 2 minutes there, did Lionel Messi. By his standards, you expect everything to go into the net. So we'll call that a decent chance. It's just laid, or it's not laid off, in fact. Messi's first touch, I think. And yeah, he would normally stick those right in the corner. You would think, easy save, I think, for the keeper, Oais to make. Chance for Messi early doors. Goal kick is going to go long from Oais. Perhaps Di Maria is going to play down the right. We will have a look at the formations as we go, expecting Messi to play there. And yeah, he does. No, Di Maria is hugging that right-hand side. Messi's maybe in a 10 position. I don't know. Here is Messi. A couple of stomping tackles there, particularly from Rodrigo De Paul, who really put himself about early in the game. Fair play for the save. Got himself in the right position to make it look easy. Yeah, he did. The shot wasn't great, was it, Leon? Could have been further in the corner. But yeah, keeper did nothing wrong. I do agree. DJ, morning. Ben, good morning, sir. We are here on day 3 of the World Cup watch along number 4. We have already seen Qatar 0, Ecuador 2, which was a bit of a procession in the end. As indeed was England 6, Iran 2. I didn't watch Senegal and Netherlands. I was looking after little Enid. But we did last night, and I have to say, in the midst of a ton of internet trouble. So thank you for the people who did hang around even when the stream went down. We did pretty well enjoy last night's game. USA won, Wales won, particularly the first half, where the US gave us a frenetic pace. We've got a free kick now in the centre circle to Argentina, taken short. Pele, Maradona, Messi, the best 3 players Ever more dad jokes in the comments? Deary me, Jay. We'll count them up. There's always plenty, isn't there? Here is Romero of Spurs. Knocks it out into the right back position. Molina of Atletico. And here is Otamendi and Tagliafico, who plays in the French Ligue 1 for Lyon. Molina again, and knocked into the channel looking for the run of Di Maria. I'm not entirely sure what the strategy is up top for Argentina. I wouldn't have thought Martinez would play down the left, but I mean, the ball does seem to have been attracted to this touchline nearest to the hard camera, with Di Maria right, Messi centre, and Martinez the left of the three. Who knows? We'll see how that all plays out. There is a big diag from Paredes, central midfielder, who plays very deep. Gomez down the left-hand side of Sevilla. Has he won a corner? I'm not sure he has. He's just jostling there with Abdulhamid. Who touches that last time? Maybe it is the Saudi right back. And yes, it was. Corner. 1-1 USA-England going to happen again. Hopefully not. Like seeing England winning that one, but who knows? Netherlands-Senegal was quite boring despite the 2 goals. So I've heard, yes. Corner. Argentina, left-hand side. Lionel Messi is going to take it. Referee just having words in the box. Obviously, we got that absurd combination of Harry Maguire not getting a penalty and John Stones conceding a penalty. So maybe they're cracking down on shirt pulling in the box. You would hope so. Now they've got VAR. No reason to miss it, is there? Is Messi again. Cuts inside. Little flick from Messi for Gomez, who is fouled by Cano. Gomez just too clever for him. Gets in front. Sorry, excuse me, to pull. Gets in front. Takes the hit. Down he goes. Free kick. Argentina. Looks like Messi is going to take this one. Referee says, wait for the whistle. Who is our referee today? Slavko Vincic of Serbia. The man in the middle. Ref's doing a decent job so far. Interesting, yeah. DJ pointing out, good to see stoppage time being added on by the dozen. What is going on here? The referee is checking for a penalty. And as we always say, we all know what happens when the ref goes to check the VAR. Which one are they checking? It's the first one. I mean, we don't want to see holding in the box. I will go down the 2 wrongs don't make a right route, but if this is a penalty, I've got no idea why Harry Maguire didn't get one yesterday. What's he going to give? Penalty to Argentina. So soft. The Saudi players all throw their hands up. Paredes says, you had your arms around me. So they are really, really cracking down on shirt pulling, unless it's against England, apparently. The free kick didn't even come in, did it? Oh, yes, it did. Beg your pardon. Or was it the previous one? Unless the pulling had already happened. Yeah, sorry, it was the previous one. The Saudis are all gathering around. And we have a penalty to Argentina. What we know about this tournament is there's going to be loads of stoppage time. And there's probably going to be loads of penalties if the players can't keep their hands to themselves. There seems to have been a real clamp down on holding in the box. And within the first 7.5 minutes on this one, We've got one for Argentina. So here he comes. Referee just sorting out encroachment. One of the all-time greats. It's Messi from the spot. And of course, he lays the keeper down, rolls it into the corner. It's a VAR penalty, and it is 1-0 to Argentina. Let's have a look at your comments. Maguire and Stone. Yeah, look, if they're all going to get given from now on, I can accept the England one getting. That appears to be the only one that hasn't been given. England won 6-2, so hopefully we can move on from it. But yes, should be good news for England in terms of Maguire and Stone, such a threat, and Trippier. But yes, we would like to see everything be given. VAR or VAR refs are still inconsistent. Perhaps, yeah, Stephen. I mean, it depends our definition of consistency. It's never going to be 100% consistent, is it, with different people and across different matches? I'd like to get close. It just feels a bit silly, and I don't want to bang on about that England one. The one that didn't get given and the one that did get given, where Stones, yep, fine. If that's a penalty, that's a penalty. We're all okay with that. Stones did pull the shirt, of course. But, of course, if that is a penalty, then the Maguire one was 10 times worse in the first half, and England should have got one. Leon, potentially, yeah, some great players. Messi, Ronaldo, possibly Lewandowski, all finishing this World Cup. I'm only going to think too early to give that. Do you know what, DJ? I think you might actually be right. I think it's complete nonsense if that is the case, because look, if it's a foul in the 15th minute or 15th second or the 98th minute, it's foul. It's a penalty, but sometimes they don't get given early in the game. Do they? It's Argentina 1, Saudi 0. Lionel Messi is off the mark in the tournament from the spot, but it does appear we have a FIFA crackdown on shirt pulling. Good, I say. Let's just make sure everyone's on the same page. Everybody knows, and I'm sure the defenders in the tournament now are going to be very, very wary of grabbing hold of people in the box, which they absolutely shouldn't do. It's one of those things that's obviously come into the game and, has just been ignored. People pulling and grabbing and grappling. I suspect we'll see one or two things. We'll either see a load of penalties or we'll see a lot of set play goals, as people are going to have to adjust on the fly. Essentially, going to have to change how they defend, aren't they? And it's going to be tricky for some people. So Messi with the goal in this one. Keep your comments coming in. The time of the goal was 10 minutes. Leo Messi already off and running for the tournament. How many can he get? He's never won the Golden Boot. He's won most other stuff, Messi, hasn't he? But no Golden Boot. I'm sure he wouldn't give two hoots about the Golden Boot just to get the winner's medal around his neck. Let's have a look. More comments. No doubt, of course, Messi scored. No, what a player. Hey, clear pen, never in doubt. VAR was brought in for consistency, but only consistently has been brought in. I think I know what you're saying, Leon, with lots of consistency. I don't understand what happened with Maguire. No, I absolutely don't. Again, I'll repeat, I'm totally okay with a crackdown on shirt pulling and manhandling. It's not rugby, is it? You can't tackle with your arms. You can shoulder charge. You can have fair contact, but you cannot pull a shirt. You cannot grapple. It's just not the done thing. So I'm happy with that. But of course, why VAR didn't give Harry Maguire a penalty, I've got no idea, because that was the most obvious one I think we've seen in the tournament. Shouldn't the same apply as yeah, exactly, Ian. It's we all know referees do it, don't they? They save if there's a big decision early in the game before they consider it settled. They sometimes do leave it. It's an absolute nonsense. They shouldn't. I get I get it's a very hard job for the refs, but with the help of VAR now, give them the help. And yeah, if someone deserves a red card in 10 seconds, they should get a red card in 10 seconds. That is the deal. I think so far it's only the Holland game that hasn't had. Is that really true? Goodness me, we're going to get a lot. It's going to be like COVID again, where all those behind closed doors games was literally a penalty every game. What was that awful one where I think it was against Newcastle where the defender jumped, had his head turned, and the ball got headed against his arm or whatever with his back turned. I don't even think the arm was in a natural position. But there we go. End the debate, Messi or Ronaldo. I can't do that, Matthew. They're both utterly incredible. I can give two different answers. I find Messi more aesthetically pleasing. I accept the argument. He didn't go around to different clubs. I love Ronaldo's work ethic and brutality in terms of just destroying teams. You can't separate them, can you? Clipped in from the Saudis, the free kick, and the Argentines are going to get it clear. If that's a penalty, every shirt pull. Well, and Leon, I would raise that. The John Stones one was even. I don't think that one was soft, by the way. Don't put your arms around people in the box. You can't do it. It's literally not football, is it? But the John Stones one, where it was okay, he's been a bit naughty with a hand round the back and a little tiny grab of shirt. That's the one where it's like, okay, fine. If you're going to give that against England at 6-1 up in the 98th minute or whatever, you've got to give it in the final in the 5th minute, haven't you? It's got to be at least an attempt at being consistent. Oh, here comes Saudi down the right wing. Little back heel. Cross goes in low, deflected, and Martinez sweeps it up. Will they get themselves a chance to score in this game? The Saudis, so far, as you can imagine, no shots on goal. I mean, it's all been very quiet thus far, other than the silly, foolhardy penalty. But maybe we just need to get used to it, that we're going to get lots of stoppage time. And let's be honest, we all moan about it, don't we? Rightly so, when players cheat in terms of pulling shirts and grabbing hold and grappling. It's cheating. It is. I understand the player's argument that why should so-and-so get away with it and not I? Well, neither of you should get away with it. We know two wrongs don't make a right. We teach that to 5-year-old children, for God's sake. And if we crack down on time wasting, I must admit, I haven't actually seen. I know in the group stages, it's probably not likely. And here come Saudi, by the way, in the 10 position. Al Dasori holds onto it. Is there a chance to put it in the box here? Cano, little give and go. He's got a bit of space, actually. Oh, slid into the channel. They haven't elected to put it in the box. Al Barakan crosses it in, and it is cleared. No, the point I was just going to try and make was that with time wasting, that tends to happen. He's offside there. Until he touches the ball, the flag won't go up. Martinez. Yeah. They let him have the shot, but he was miles offside, wasn't he? Now you can see from the action of the pitch, about probably 1.5 meters holds up there. No, but in terms of the time wasting, you'll see that when we get a favourite losing, because the underdog team will try and run the clock down. Well, the added time is definitely. I don't agree. It's the only positive. I think there's going to be plenty of positives from this World Cup. But yes, we would love to see that in English football, where time wasting is absolutely rife. And let's be honest, all 92 teams in the Premier League and EFL do it. We know they all do it. We're not having a go at any one team. They do it because they've been allowed to get away with doing it for the longest time. Let's just say Saka is better than Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And Bellingham. Saka or Bellingham, who's the GOAT? Remember Vinnie Jones getting a yellow card after 36 as well. Yes. Might have even been quicker than that, Ewan, mightn't it? I think Vinnie Jones was trying to make a point with that. Literally from kickoff, he just smashed him, didn't he? Down the right-hand side goes Molina. Wins Argentina a throw-in. Seems strange to say, being they're 1-0 up. Argentina haven't really got going yet. They haven't needed to be fair. They were gifted a penalty, which Messi stuck into the back of the net. In fact, you would almost say, in terms of open play, Saudi have created more, haven't they? Despite the fact that Argentina have had nearly double passes. Here's Messi, edge of the box. Tries to shift it onto that left foot. Lovely ball by Paredes out to the left-hand side. There's the shot, right-footed. Not a good one from Gomez. Poor effort, way over the top. It's not time wasting, it's game management, right? Yeah. I think I sensed the sarcasm in that comment. Here come Argentina again. Cross coming in, looking for Messi. Doesn't win the header. And yeah, I think the offside flag is up again. Why are refs all trained the same and the rules are the same for each ref has a different style? Honestly, I always try and have sympathy for referees because I think they've got a thankless job, which is just criticised everything they do. So I wouldn't say they have. I do. Yeah, no, I do agree with you, actually, DJ. They do have different styles and different personalities, and I'm happy with referees having different styles and how they talk to players, as long as there's some attempt at consistency in terms of the application of the laws. So, what I will say is, if we're expecting 100% consistency, that's not realistic. We can't ask and expect and complain about referees not being 100% consistent, i.e. exactly the same call on everything. It's just not going to happen. And if we want that, we need to go to a system where we don't have on-field refs and everything is refed with a pause. Stop the game after, oh, here comes Messi through the middle. Is he onside? I would think not. He's in on goal. Messi sticks it in. And of course, yeah, the offside flag goes up. But yeah, that's always been my take on it, that we need to be at peace with the fact that different referees are different human beings and they will call stuff differently. And they just might not, we need to have empathy for referees and say, look, one of them was if he's just behind the play, we can either scream at him or we can accept that, he's trying to keep up with elite athletes and he didn't quite see it. And that's okay. We've got to be okay with our criticism of referees, because I do think criticism of referees is often borders on the psychopathic, frankly, and it's just totally unfair. But I agree with you guys in the comments that if Argentina get a penalty there, England should have had a penalty. And I would say that if it was against England as well in Iran, we've got to be balanced about this. So I do agree with that on big calls, especially where VAR, and we can stop, we can have a look at it and the ref can go and check. Here come Argentina. Messi holds it up. Little one with the outside of the foot, and it's opened up down the right-hand side. The offside flag is up. Right, let's go to some more comments. There's way too little time added on in the EFL and Premier Leagues. Mr. E, I totally agree, and it's way worse in the EFL than the Premier League. Believe me, with less cameras and less scrutiny, there is some nonsense goes on, particularly in the lower divisions with, the ball not being in play as much as it should be when certain teams are winning, let's just say. But I don't want to pick on certain teams. Every team time wastes, and we all know it. We've all seen, and we all have a laugh at it, don't we? I remember Richard Wright, who was a great goalkeeper for Ipswich. and he would make save after save in games. But if Ipswich were winning by 1 towards the end of the game and the ball boy threw him the ball back, he couldn't catch a cold there. He'd let it hit him on the chest. He'd miskick it. He'd shout to the ball boy and say, "Slow down, don't throw it back to me. Waste time, waste time." And we'd all be sitting in the back in the stand going, "Yep, well played. Run the clock down. We're winning." And I think as fans, we're all a bit guilty of that. We're happy with time wasting if it results in our team winning, aren't we? Running the clock down to grab the 3 points. So there is a big giveaway. Saudi are 2-on-2 here, and they have not used the situation. There was a hefty touch there and then a foul on Otamendi, who got back. I'm not trying. It was Al-Sheri with the foul. I'm not trying to be clever or what's the word, contrarian or outrageous here. Argentina aren't playing that well. They're really not. We're having a look at the Hawkeye on the offside here. That was Messi. And it tells us that most of his body was lent off. So it's closer than it looked, actually. I thought he was miles off when he first went through, but his feet weren't offside, but he was leaning off with his body. Comes down to which ref you get for your game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely it does. And that's where we get into referees' personalities, doesn't it? If you get a referee who says, "No, I'm going to Bigfoot this game, and the first reasonably bad foul, I'm going to book the player because I want to stomp my authority on it," the game is then totally different from, say, minute 5 when he makes the yellow card. That game is then totally different to the referee who says, "Do you know what? I don't want this getting out of hand. I don't want to send anyone off. I'm going to let it go." And he doesn't book the same tackle on 5 minutes. So, it's fascinating. And I think as long as fans and analysts or pundits or whatever, as long as we're reasonable and we have to accept that variance in, how games can be officiated, I think it's okay. Obviously, if a player's hacked down in the box and we get 2 really completely different decisions, that's not cool. We need to work towards as great, let me say it without sounding like a politician, as great a level of consistency as we can. We cannot expect 100% of decisions to be refereed in the same way. That's impossible. And also, fans need to be responsible because a lot of fans, when it comes to refereeing, they want every decision to be given in the way that favours the team they support, which is really juvenile. And fans need to override their implicit bias on stuff like that because it's so transparent sometimes. I remember once I went to watch Ipswich versus Wigan and I was sat in the Wigan stand. I'm not going to pick on any little slide through, and Martinez is in, clips it over the keeper, and Argentina go 2-0 up. They haven't been at their best, but that was clinical from Martinez. Few tight offside calls. He's onside here, and he goes through and puts the South Americans 2-0 up. 2-0 to the Argentines. We'll have a look at the possible offside call on that one. Martinez gets his first of the tournament. It's all going terribly well for the Argentines. Is he onside? Yes, it looks like it. Unless we get a shirt sleeve call here, which we may. We'll have a look and see what the VAR and the Hawkeye says. It's a lovely finish when he does get through Martinez. I'm going to put the goal optimistically up on my ticker here. And we'll see how tight the offside call is there. Lovely finish by Inter's Martinez. They're just checking it. It's very, very tight. It will need the Hawk. There is a chance this one might be offside. If it is, he's either onside or offside by not a lot here. They've checked it. And it looks like it's okay. Argentina are indeed 2-0 up here. Martinez with... No, sorry. It has been disallowed. There we go. Sorry, I didn't see. We didn't get the wide shot. I said it was going to be tight. Hopefully, we'll get a look at the Hawkeye. It may have been the shirt sleeve or the chest or this area here as he was leaning onside. But the score remains 1-0 to Argentina. Everybody calm down. Let's go to some more comments. I think Vinny wanted the world record for fastest yellow card after that foul on Wise. Yeah, of course he did, didn't he? Here comes Saudi. It's clipped into the box, headed up in the air, half cleared. I'm going to say it again. They're not at it, Argentina. They're not dominating this one. They look a little bit loose defensively, I have to say. Vaguely loose in possession. I know they could well have been 2-0 up there. Yeah, I totally agree with Mike, actually. Argentina not playing well, but they're clinical in front of goal. It's just not quite there yet. I mean, they've got 3 games to warm up in the groups. Now, this will be interesting. Let's see what the Argentinians, who, let's be honest, have a bit of a reputation for nefarious defending, if there's any holding, the referee's telling them, if there's any holding, the VAR is going to pull you up and it's going to be a penalty. So it's all about getting your body in the way. You can block, that's fine. Position yourself well. No holding, though. Let's have a look. And yeah, the Argentines look very aware of that as the cross comes back in from the recycle. Is it going to go loose? There's a foul on Cano. It's going to be another chance for Saudi to put the ball in the box. Guys, I reserve judgment on the goal. I can see people talking about the potential on or off side. Until I see the Hawkeye, we don't know. I suppose the good thing about that is consistency isn't really a conversation there. It's black or white. You're either on or you're off side, although I'm sure we can have conversations about the length of people's shirt sleeves and the angles and all of that. But hey, if we go in too far down the rabbit hole, we can question anything, can't we? Free kick to Saudi then. 31 gone. It's going to come in from the right-hand side. It's a really bad free kick. And Martinez catches it. Right, let's try and go for some comments. Right, what do we got here? Offside flag is going to go up again. Saudi are playing a very brave high line, actually. I did quite mind. It doesn't help referees' decision to analyse from different angles. Slow down in the studio. Then we all get our refs on this. Sorry, I know what you're saying, Ian. And I totally agree with that, Ian, because it's a double standard, isn't it? And to be fair, I know Andy Gray kind of gets blacklisted after his slightly Stone Age comments. But he used to make a good point. He used to say, I try and look at referees' decisions in real time because it's not fair on somebody to in comes across from Saudi, who nodded down. Sorry, just break off from that comment. It's whipped back into the back post. They're putting a fair bit of pressure on here. Saudi. Shirani was well forward from left back. He's busied himself. What I would say is the false equivalence, the unfair standard to judge a referee by, is if the referee gets one look in real time, okay, they're on the pitch, they're close, they're in the game, they're the players, blah, 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 and we get 8 looks, then we do need to acknowledge, and not just scream and yell at refs, we do need to acknowledge the referee got that one wrong, but he had 1 look and I had 8. I think if more people were that balanced in their analysis rather than just screaming at a referee who got 7 less looks, no slow-mos and 1 angle and had to do it in real time whilst running, then I think things would be fairer. Leon, I think refs taking accountability doing media would help. I respect your view on that, Leon, but I do disagree. I think it would make things worse, to be honest. And also, if I'm a referee, what am I going to say in the media? All I'm going to say, and I'll probably be trained to say this by the PGMOL, all I'm going to say, Messi, overhit pass there by the great Leo Messi, out for a throw-in to Saudi. All I'm going to say is my judgment of the situation at the time was that player A committed this offence. That's all I'm going to say. And then it doesn't really make any difference because then the subjectivity of the laws comes in. Here we go. We've got the Hawkeye. There is not, it's the shirt sleeve. There is millimeters in that. I said that at the time. I thought it might be the shirt sleeve that was going to have Martinez. But Yeah, and then all we get is exactly the same debate we'd get if the ref did or didn't say anything. We generally know why referees are given. So, I mean, here comes Messi in the 10. Messi slides it through. Martinez is in a game. Brilliant step over and finish. I think he's offside, though. That one looked a bit more clear cut. And this Saudi Arabian defensive line is box office, isn't it? Argentina have been through probably 5 times in the game. To be fair, they've held the offside well. Yeah, he's definitely offside that time, isn't he? You can see that one without the Hawkeye. Clever step over and finish from Martinez. There we go. Ian, stop the clock. I actually think that might be something that does come in the end. We'll get the NFL style stop of the clock. And I just feel that as football decisions are being micro managed, we have all this crazy accuracy and analysis on the VAR decisions. And yet, when we're doing the stoppage time, it does really feel like, oh, well, we think it's about 6 minutes. Let's do 6 minutes. And, you know, maybe I'll add on another entire minute, depending on how I feel if someone wastes some time. Do you know what I mean? I think we can get far more accurate with that. What do we got in the chat? Hi to Helen. Good morning. Colt, loving the watch-alongs. They should let the refs have personalities. If that's the case, and I do agree, if that's the case, then we need to accept inconsistency, because personality is obviously in contradiction with everyone doing the same thing. So, agreed. Here come Argentina. It's knocked into the front. Little knock inside. And a foul, is it? No. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I thought that was a foul. Dawsari ran away with the ball as if he hadn't committed a foul there. This did not show up in my subscriptions. That's not good, is it, Mr. Majika? You should write YouTube a strongly worded letter. If sleeves counts as offside, then I'm not allowed to wear a baggy football shirt. Yeah, I wouldn't take shirt sleeve literally. I think that's just the shorthand for the area of the arm. Remember, you can score a goal with your shoulder, so we can understand why that can be offside. I'm sure, and I hope, Stephen, that to your point, there's very clear guidance given on how baggy shirts can be, obviously. So, Cole, loving these watch-alongs. Thank you very, very much indeed. Most mistakes by referees because they didn't see something not as clearly we've seen. Yeah, totally. And I understand if we're going to be completely black and white, yeah, a mistake is a mistake. But as I was taught when I worked in education, when somebody gets something wrong or makes a mistake, on the one extreme, you can yell at them and tell them off. Or on the other extreme, you can try and help them and make sure they don't make the mistake again. And certainly from an education point of view, and let's be honest, we all know what the right thing to do is when someone makes a mistake, don't we? Or at least 9 times out of 10, I'm sure loads of you have got children in the chat. Yes, if your child spills food the same way for the 15th time, yes, you might want to yell at them and say, what are you doing? For God's sake, I told you that, stop spilling it. But in the main, the way forward is to say, you spilled your food. Look, if you just held your fork and didn't look at the TV while we're eating dinner here, you wouldn't spill it. Parenting with Ben on the watch along. Worth point and laugh. Or the one I hate the most, David, is when you're in a restaurant or something, and one of the poor waiters or waitresses who's working their backside off drops a tray or something, and some dickhead goes, hey, and you're like, come on, man, stop it. You don't know how bad a day that person's having. Saudi break and a switch of play now. A little bit of space for Al Dawsari down the left-hand side. Slips it across. Referee with a very ostentatious leap over the ball into the box, headed out by Otamendi. Are we going to get an Argentine counter? No, they can't quite get hold of the ball. A referee has given a foul, though. Got that to look forward to. What, parenting with Ben or parenting yourself, Matt? I'm sure you have, my friend. Do you know what? It's only when you get older you realise the wisdom of your own parents. I remember asking my mum, what's the deal with parenting? And she said to me, "Oh, you just do your best, Ben." And I was like, "Oh, that's a bit of a soft answer." And now I'm a parent myself. That is literally the rules of parenting. Whatever the situation, you try your best. You get some of it wrong, some of it right. Into the box come Argentina. Oh, nice little step inside. Oh, maybe overplayed that slightly. Did Romero, who was forward from centre back. Could he have taken on a shot there? I think he tried to find Messi in the middle. Here's Di Maria, tries to ping that to the back post. Messi, touch and good defending there by Abdulhamid. And it's a corner. But did the waiter drop the tray? Or were they tripped? Go to VAR, absolutely. Help them, exactly. And that's my take with referees. Scream and shout at them, fine. Doesn't do a lot of good, just makes them feel crap about themselves, doesn't it? Or those who can, try and help them. And the rest of us, I'm going to sound like a real hippie, can offer empathy and tolerance, which are in short supply in the world in 2022. Empathy and tolerance. How about that, hey? Corner taken short by the Argentines. Gomez tries to beat his man. Free kick conceded, and he's absolutely furious there by Malkai. Should we call him Malky Mackay? The number 8, the central midfielder. I mean, he's Al Malky, but I think 90% of these Saudi players have got a little Al before their names, as we were joking about. Al Murray. Earlier in the show, 1-0 to Argentina. Now, this is exactly where the penalty came from. A free kick from the left for Argentina. I suspect the Saudi defenders will be once bitten, twice shy in terms of any holding. In it comes to the near post from Messi. The ball breaks to the edge of the box. Everyone seemed to stop then. I don't think there was an offence. And Rodrigo de Paul with a really poor strike. Way over. This terrible strike, actually, for a player of his quality, player of any quality. It was a terrible strike at the park, that one. Just doesn't judge the trajectory of the bounce as it's coming towards him. And away we go again. Empathy and Tolerance sounds like a rock album. Yeah, right. From which era? Only 1-0. Thought this would be a thrashing? No. Not been a great deal in it, although a couple of tight offside calls. If Argentina had been a little bit better with their movement, they would be 2-3 up with this high line. Although there's a slip at the back from Otamendi. Scooped up down the left by Al Buraiken. And it's going to be a throw in to Saudi. Always listen to your mother. Mine's 88 and my dad is 92. That's tremendous, Ewan. Respect. What a life both of them have lived. It's kept in down the left by Sharani, the left back, who's played all right, actually, hasn't he? Into the box they come. Little slip over there, and it goes through to Martinez in a goal. Saudi are quite good, but they haven't really tested. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Here is Messi. Tries to go long there. Quick break for Argentina. Quick turnover. Tried to slide it into the front there to Martinez. Cleared away. They've won it back though. Gomez. Get ready, guys, for a halftime Q&A. I know we've done a lot of good chat actually on refereeing in the first half. So get any questions prepped, or stick them in now actually, and I'll just scroll up and read them ahead of our customary halftime Q&A. Anything you want discussed. Here comes Di Maria down the right-hand side as we tick over 45 minutes. So we're going to get another absolute deluge of stoppage time. What do you reckon? Oh, slipped down the right again. Inside to Di Maria. Given away again. Yeah, 5 minutes. Masses of stoppage time every game. Way more than we used to. I really do hope this comes into the English domestic game. I'm sure we all sit and watch games in the EFL and in the Premier League, and you kind of, I always have it in my head, there's never more than 3 minutes in the first half unless someone gets badly hurt. But 5 minutes, here we go. Been no injuries. I know a couple of VAR stoppages, but yeah, nice. Argentina have got everybody forward now. Saudi's defending their own third. Oh, little slide through. They've got loose here. De Paul takes his time, knocks it back. He's looking for Messi, and that was not the right pass, although you can understand the temptation if you were playing with Leo Messi to try and give him the ball at every single opportunity. They're ending the half well, Argentina. Messi's come all the way back into like a quarterback position. Pings a lovely ball with the right foot to Di Maria. Di Maria works his man, clips it to the back post. Nobody there. Gomez recycles. Gomez, nice feet, knocks that one back in. Oh, it's clipped to the back post. Di Maria tries to get something on it and put it back across the box. It kind of bounced up at him, and he had to kick it, leaping up to sort of head height with the outside of his foot. It was a really difficult ball to get across. And the attack breaks down. We are just about 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the minimum 5 minutes stoppage time in the first half here. It's back with Paredes. I'd love to see his heat map. He's virtually the sort of deep line midfielder, plays between the centre backs and often behind them actually when they're split. We are about to get a substitution, hopefully before half time. I say hopefully, ironically, the first of the game. I believe Al Abid is going to come on. Let's update the ticker right now for that one. So Al Abid, number 18, is coming in. And Al Faraj, the captain, is coming out. So he's not too badly hurt, and he'll be ready for the next game. Again, as usual, a lot of these Arab players wearing their Christian name on their Christian, sorry, that's the wrong word. Their first name on their shirts. FootMob is giving me their second names, so I will stick with them. Get your questions in for half time. Al Faraj looks either in pain, physically or emotionally. Not really happy to have gone off. possibly both. (49:25) on the clock. I suspect we'll go over 50 minutes, won't we, if there was the stoppage there for the substitution. So, although we should be 30 seconds left, that's minimum stoppage time, and I suspect we will go over. Here come Saudi. Oh, nice little back heel there. Just overworked that one, and it's through to Otamendi. Di Maria's got it on the right. He knocks it back. And it looks like the last phase of play is going to belong to Argentina. Get your questions in for halftime. We'll go full Q&A. We'll talk a little bit about the first half here. And then we will discuss anything you want, really. De Paul, Romero. Looks like the Serbian ref is going to add a full minute on to the 5 we already got in terms of that stoppage for the injury and the substitution. No halftime cuppa. I've got a carbonated fake sugary drink. So we should be all good. The ball is back with the Saudi keeper, Oais. We are still going. Played 6.5 minutes of stoppage time now. And finally, the Serbian referee blows for half time. It's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 0. The great Lionel Messi scores from the spot. An interesting wrinkle that, again, and we saw it once perhaps correctly applied in the England-Iran game where John Stones was punished for a shirt pull early on in this one. I think it was Paredes who got thrown down in the box, arms around, VAR straight on top of it, penalty given. So what it appears we're learning is that despite players getting away with it for, let's be honest about it, decades, shoving and holding and grappling and shirt pulling from set plays in the penalty box, looks like they're not going to get away with it in this World Cup tournament, which is a good thing, but might be a little bit tricky for some of the players. You have to change their ways nice and quickly, aren't they? Get your questions in then. What I will say is Argentina are winning. Have they been brilliant? No. Have they been good? No. Okay. 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10 for Argentina. They've not been great. I think Argentina have been not as good as we all expected. I'm not saying that lasts for even the rest of this game, let alone the rest of the tournament. And I think Saudi have probably been better than we've expected. And maybe a team a little bit more on their mettle in the final third would have scored against Argentina in that first half. Hopefully I'm not exaggerating or labouring the point there. But yeah, just not quite as good as I suspected they would be. Let's just quickly look at the numbers and then we'll go to some questions, get them in via the comments. There's the issue for Saudi. Look at the XG, 0. So, yeah, no shots is the problem. Although they have had moments and build-up play around the box. And I think more my point is the Argentines haven't looked massively assured defensively. Haven't had a cigar on at the back, let's just say. So look, 63, 37 on the possession. 1.03 on the XG. Remember, 0.77 of that will be the penalty, though. So other than that, not massively created that many chances. Although, remember, XG won't pick up. Argentina have been very close to clean through 1v1 shots on goal and been offside. So there is that little wrinkle to it. Let's have a look. Get your questions in, guys. We'll do some half-time Q&A as we love to. Don't forget to hit like as well. Give us a like spike. And, of course, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Right. I did see some questions coming in. What have we got here? David, did you see about the armbands that if the team wore the band, the captain would be good? What if they were the only one not to wear it? Presume they couldn't book them then. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. What, as in every player wears an armband? They would all obviously be booked if they did that. They are fairly clear on equipment. The way they could have solved it, FIFA, is by when these nations wrote about wanting to do this solidarity protest, I guess you would call it, they could have answered and said, no, you can't do that. This is what your armband needs to be. Or if they really wanted to sort it, FIFA could have designed all the armbands because I do believe they are different. So that would have been a way around it, wouldn't it? I think, as with many things in life, it's a communication issue there. And they should have either said, look, you're allowed to wear it or you're not. And then we all would have been okay. Then you get into the, if you want to go down the moral, socio-political route of should they be allowed to make a one love statement in solidarity with the LGBTQ plus community? Well, I think it's okay to make a statement in solidarity with anybody, really. That's your kind of human right, isn't it? And I know human rights are a thing that are unfortunately intrinsically linked with this World Cup. So, yeah, I think FIFA probably could have let them do it. Do I blame any player for not wanting to do it and take the booking? No, I don't blame them at all. It starts to get silly. I'm all for protesting causes you believe in at the right time, but then as soon as it's going to be, you're a professional sportsman and you're going to be penalised in your sport for doing this thing. That's where I say, okay, well, maybe let's find a different way if it's something that we feel particularly strongly about. Did I deal with it again? I only ever wanted to talk about football, but look, now I understand if people ask, and it is important to people, I think, regardless of whether it's LGBTQ plus rights, it's anybody's rights for, basic human rights we want to see upheld. Don't we? Let's have a look. Any other questions here? Matt, biggest single game upset you've seen at a World Cup? I can tell you my favourite was Bulgaria versus Germany in USA 94. And I hated it. Was it still West Germany then? Or it was just Germany then in 94. I obviously grew to hate West Germany after they beat England in the 1990 World Cup. And I thought they were the most villainous team in the world. They were just doing their job. It was a very painful one, that 1991. It did really feel that England were very unlucky in that game. And the Germans just did the job, didn't they? So the West Germans then in 1990. But I loved it because I think Germany took the lead in that one. And then Bulgaria came back and Lechkov and Stoichkov was such a star, wasn't he? And the goal as well, the diving header. I remember sometimes you end up celebrating goals of the teams you don't support. I always remember when Wigan scored against Manchester City in the FA Cup final, celebrating that goal because it's just a great underdog goal. Graham Souness and Roy Keane having an argument on ITV. All good fun and games. Let me know what's going on there. I'm sure that was very entertaining. I've got the sound off, of course. But no, so I'll go for Bulgaria beating the Germans, and then Roberto Baggio destroyed them, didn't he, in the semi-final with a brilliant performance. With VAR as it is the best tactic for lesser nations to get attacking set plays and get the ball in the box after. Yeah. I mean, even without VAR for the lesser nations, it is the low block and set plays and maybe counter attack. But yeah, see if you can grab yourself a penalty. If that's going to be the deal, then there you go. Surely the biggest upset in the World Cup was North Korea. I don't think we're going to be seeing them anytime soon in a World Cup. Oh, we beaten Italy at Ayerson Park in '66. Not one I remember, Lias, but I do totally agree with you with the validity of that claim. What do we got? Argentina suffering with a lack of progression with their passing. Yeah, I think I agree with that. When they made runs in behind, they've looked dangerous, need to break the lines more. I suppose we'd better give the Saudis some credit, unless they've just got lucky with a couple of those close off cycles. Give them some credit for being brave. Many teams would see the sight, particularly of Lionel Messi, and run for the hills and, get within meters of the goalkeeper. Can see how the Saudi coach won AFCON. Did he? I wasn't aware of that. Leon, how can FIFA lecture on freedom of speech? Well, let me answer this carefully. If FIFA are, and I don't know what the quotes are, if FIFA are proclaiming that people should have a right to free speech, then of course they are right. So that is how FIFA can lecture on free speech. The problem is, in terms of hypocrisy, in terms of FIFA, who we may, in some situations, God, this stuff's hard to deal with. They may have not been adhering to the free speech rights of others. Let's just say on certain aspects. Have I covered that one, Leon? So look. I don't know what the quote is. Someone get me the quote that was said years ago. I don't. What is it? It's something like, "I don't agree with you, but I will fight to the death for your right to say it." So the argument on free speech is that when somebody says something, even something absolutely terrible, maybe with a ist or an ism on the end of it, that we shouldn't shut down their right to say it, but that their right to say it should come with a consequence, and then hopefully it should come with a conversation afterwards. So if someone says something that we deem terrible, again, it comes back to that: do we want to help somebody, or do we want to, scream and shout at them? If someone says something we deem terrible, especially if perhaps they were brought up in a culture where that wasn't deemed terrible, but maybe that culture might be a little bit behind with some of their views. If I've said that politically correctly, this stuff's very hard to talk about, as you can see. Maybe they need to have a conversation, and we say to them, "Look, you've said this thing. We don't really. I don't really agree with you saying that, and this is why." And then away you go. So, who was it? Voltaire, was it? Can someone get me the quote? Well, unless I got it right. I can't believe I got a philosophical quote right, but there we go. Roy and Graham arguing about the penalty. What was the argument, Alistair? I don't get how there can be any argument on that penalty. I suppose the only argument can be, are we giving all of these now? Because if we are, from now onwards, I need to see no pulling in the box and no grappling in the box, because that is not cool, is it? And yes, we can all be prickly about the England one. I do feel with hypocrisy and a double standard, maybe, that the adult and grown up and mature, non-annoying way to go about it as England fans is to go, okay, that one got missed, but we need to see now moving forward, else if you don't do that, I'm now going to reference that one. I think that should be the standard if something gets missed. I don't think we should bang on about the Maguire one until the cows come home. But I agree that if the Stones one and if this one gets given, then of course the one against Harry Maguire should have been given. But let's look to the future now and say, okay, we're not having pulling in the box, and that's the deal. Thank you, Leah. So I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death. There we go. I agree with that position. Whoever said that, Voltaire. How many hundreds of years ago was that? It's almost like there's been some wisdom in the past that we could. So did I actually get that quote spot on? I can't believe that. I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. Yeah, that's where I come from on this stuff, and particularly when it comes to children who might have grown up in countries that have different cultural views than we do. I don't think it's very fair if a child has grown up in that atmosphere to, drag them over the coals for thinking that. That's their lived experience. I think that's where you have to have a conversation, doesn't it? Right. Agree with Graham. Right. So what was said? Keane thought it was soft and there will be a record number of penalties. Souness and Cole disagreed and thought the law was being applied correctly. If that was what is said, Mike, and you have characterised that completely correctly, which I'm sure you have because you're a smart guy, then I agree with Souness and Cole. You can't. We can't have a situation in football where, and it's and bless the drummer in my band. We used to have back and forths, and he used to say, "But that's what I've always done." So I would say to him, "Why are you playing that there?" And he would say, "That's what I've always done." And bless him. And we've all grown up since. Maybe he was just defending his position, and no one likes being criticised, do they, or have their idea changed? Obviously, we should say, "Oh, we should be open-minded," and we shouldn't say that's what I've always done. We should say, "Well, okay, why'd you say that? What do you think?" But I always think, well, that's what we've always done, which seems to be what Roy Keane is arguing, is not the way to go. Because if you always do what you always did, you always have what you always had. And that is people getting away with cheating in sports. So change is difficult for people, and change appears to be difficult for Roy Keane from what you guys are saying in the chat. But I think change is important sometimes. And if it means that people are not cheating anymore and the law is being applied correctly, we all know that you cannot tackle with your arms in football, that there is such thing as fair contact, and you can do a fair shoulder charge, providing the force is commensurate and not overcooked. But you can't drag someone down in the box. And if we're making a change now, that's fine by me. And let's hope they can reach as sensible a level of consistency as is possible. Common sense is not so common. How very true. Who said that? Was that Voltaire as well? Very nice too. I detest what you write, but I would give my life to make it possible for you to continue. Right, well, there you go indeed. In my opinion, we were great yesterday, but sympathy for the Iran team whose heads were somewhere else completely. Well, maybe so. Maybe so. Right. We have kicked off the second half. It is Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 0. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. We've gone down the rabbit hole a little bit. I know my normal stance is, that we're here to talk about football, but by the same token, I have enough respect for you guys watching and subscribing and commenting that if you want to talk about something, we'll talk about it. And I think we need to be okay that it's an uncomfortable conversation sometimes. I think people go a little bit too far. Oh, you don't want to talk about it. You're this, that, and the other. Well, no, it's just uncomfortable, and we're all trying our best, aren't we? So, yes, that would be my stance. And I am now going to talk about the football. Let's just bang through the teams real quick as I scroll in totally the wrong direction. So Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 0-0, and Messi with a penalty after about 10 minutes. Martinez in goal for the Argentines. Molina and Tagliafico are the fullbacks. Otamendi, Romero are the centre-backs. In midfield, the pool, Paredes, Gomez, Messi and Di Maria wide. Martinez up the middle for the Argentines. Are we going to get a Saudi attack here? No, I think I can do their team. Oais in goal. Abdulhamid, Altan Bakhti, Al Balahi. Oh, here they come actually into the box. Now it's a chance for Saudi Arabia have equalised. Oh, wow! Goodness me, we've said they've played quite well. They hadn't had any shots in the first half. They've had one now, by God. And they have scored. What a moment for Saudi Arabia, who have equalised in the World Cup against Argentina. Goodness me, it's number 11, Al-Sheri, with the most shocking moment of the World Cup so far. It is Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 1. How about that? It's a great finish with the left foot into the corner. We said, didn't we, Argentina haven't looked great. They haven't looked all that at the back. And there is the equalising goal. Unbelievable. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 1. I say it's unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. It's perfectly believable. Because Argentina have just looked a little bit, blah today, haven't they? Woof! You love it. Unbelievable. Get in, Saudi power. Everybody loves it in the chat. Oh, dear. One shot, one goal. Yes, some decent accuracy. Turned up at the right time. Would anyone begrudge Messi a World Cup? No, of course they wouldn't. Messi or Ronaldo. Some greats. Let's go. Saudi Arabia. How about that, you lot? Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 1. I bet the bookies are going to be loving this. They'll clean up if Argentina don't win this game today. Argentina, the red hot favourites. Incredible, the Eddie Howe effect. How about that, you lot? El-Sheri with the goal. Incredible. They're a lot better than Qatar. I agree with that as well. Argentina not winning now would make England look pretty awesome. What a moment for Saudi Arabia. It's a great finish. Do you know, that reminds me, the way that went in, of Michael Owen's goal against David Seaman in Cardiff in, someone give me the year, 2002, 3, 4, around then, the FA Cup final. Owen's goal was a bit better. I'm just saying the way it went in the net with the keeper flipping out his hand. I think it went through the defender's legs as well. Oh, it's opened up again. Oh, dearie me, they got a lucky bounce there. Al Barakin. And the Saudis are really turning the screw here. Having to do some defending Argentina. I've started the second half very, very well. Could we be in for a mega World Cup shock that nobody was expecting? Wow. Now we're cooking with oil. Yeah, certainly not gas. We're due a shock in the World Cup. Wow, I remember the Saudi goal. It was Saeed Oiran scored it. Incredible. People talking about shocks in the chat. This would be one if Argentina were to not beat Saudi. No, that's really unfair on the Saudis. Let's flip the script. If the Saudis were to take a point, and a fairly well-deserved point, it would have to be said, against the Argentines here. If you've watched my predictions, I had the Argentines to win the tournament. I may be reviewing that, depending on what happens in the next 40 minutes. Down goes the goal scorer, Al-Sheri. I think just closes down Messi, who apologises. I think he's just treaded on his foot there. Almost a home World Cup Oh, yes. They look, if it goes to Qatar, you can imagine in 20, 30 years it'll be going to Saudi, won't it? RG rocked, very, very much so. And I think we would all agree the moment of the World Cup so far, that goal on day 3. Again, I don't want to get into countries and some of their life philosophies, but we all love an underdog, don't we? Especially us English. And the Saudis are that. And here they come again. Abdulhamid, the right back, is getting forward really well. Puts the cross in. Oh, it's only half cleared. Is there a shooting chance? Oh, wow. Oh, it was going in the corner and it was cleared. Saudi on top here. Argentina rock. Can they force another chance? Struck goal is they've got 2-1 up. Oh, I don't believe it. Wow. Saudi are 2-1 up. A backflip from the goal scorer. Al-Nassari has banged it in the top corner. Saudi Arabia from 1-0 down, 2-1 up. Unbelievable. Wow. 53 gone, and it is 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. I cannot believe this. Goodness me, what a strike into the top corner. Oh, the Argentinians are holding their heads. This is incredible from Saudi Arabia. They are 2-1 up. Yes, he points at the camera. Well played, son. Al-Dawsari. What a goal. What a moment for Saudi Arabia. He brings it out of the sky. He gets a little bit lucky and then he steps inside. That's brilliant. And he smashes it in the top corner. Even if it was a tap-in, it would have been the goal of the World Cup so far. Look at that. Okay, little deflection. Who cares? Martinez flings himself to his left with his right hand. He gets a little finger on it. What a goal. What a moment. I'm sorry. Take a bow, Saudi Arabia. What a 10 minutes from the Saudis. They are 2-1 up. I cannot believe this. We are in proper seismic upset mode now. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Let's all calm down for a second now. The neighbours are going to be wondering what the hell's going on in here. Let's read some of your comments. Wow. Just laughter and some worth Saudi power. Incredible, absolutely incredible goings on here in the Qatar World Cup. I mean, Chris says get Argentina out. From an England point of view, maybe. We've all got them to possibly meet up in the quarterfinals, but they are losing 2-1. Wow. Yes, and Mike, you're totally right. Biggest World Cup shocks. Ask me in 35 minutes. This is why we love the game, getting very messy, top corner. That's the thing as well. They've both been great strikes, hasn't they? The left footer into the corner from Al-Sheri, and Al-Dawsari, the way he stepped inside and smashed it into the top corner. Absolutely brilliant stuff here in the World Cup this morning from the Saudi Arabians, who are 2-1 up, incredibly, against Argentina. Can you believe this? Wow. Here comes Messi. Messi pokes it through. Is this the reply? Martinez back to Messi. Great tackle. Last-ditch tackle there on the GOAT, Lionel Messi there. It was just about to pull the trigger, and you would think stick that one in the back of the net. Maybe Argentina are about to indeed wake up. They need to. They are 2-1 down. How do I spell Al-Sheri? Here they come down the right-hand side again with Di Maria. Little slide through, and it is cleared away. And yeah, Argentina have well and truly woken up now. Far more zip to their play and their attack. Messi gives it away, and the foul has been given. And now, yeah, we can start counting down towards 90 minutes and potentially a massive surprise here in the Group C first game. I can't believe this, honestly. Sorry, 54. The goals come in 5 minutes apart here. Just a sensational 5-minute spell by the Saudis, who lead 2-1. Let me just see if I can grab the assist. Keep the comments coming. Al Baraikan got the assist for the first one. No assist for the second goal. That came off an Argentine last, but we can, of course, throw that one in. Paredes tries to clear. Romero heads out to Gomez. I don't know where he's trying to go with this. I think he might be trying to win a foul. I think he's done well, to be fair. There, he was waiting for the hit, and he took the hit and wins Argentina a free kick. They do not need a free kick, though. They need a goal, else this is going to be a shocking defeat here. We said in all the prediction shows, didn't we? There will be a shock. We weren't sure where it was going to be. Could this be it? Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Double sub here by the Argentines. Understandably, so triple sub. Sorry, Gomez, Paredes, Romero all out. Alvarez, Fernandez, and Martinez all in. I'll try and stick them on the ticker so we all know what is going on. I don't want to miss a trick in this one, though, because this is pure box office, isn't it? Goodness me. So who was it? Alvarez, the other Martinez. So does that mean we've got three? We've got three Martinezes, if that's the right way to say it. Martinez cubed on the pitch here. Fernandez also coming in. We've got a Martinez in goal, a Martinez at centre-back, and a Martinez up front for Argentina here, unless one of them got the hook, which I don't think. No, because he was just literally running through on goal. Let me just write the numbers on there so we all know where we're at with this. 25 Martinez. Alvarez is number 9, which I think does he wear that for Man City as well? Alvarez and Fernandez, number 24. So triple sub by the Argentinians. Keep your comments coming. It's Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United, fairly new to the Premier League. Enzo Fernandez of Benfica and Julian Alvarez of Manchester City. Right, we must go to some comments. Right, what do we got here? Saudi showing everybody how to do it. Well, good morning. Yeah, Ben, you've come to the right place. The siege is about to begin. Well, that's very true, Matt. And we know Saudi are going to need a bit of luck. They might need one to hit the post or the keeper to have a worldie. But they are 30 minutes away from from something incredible. Did Argentina believe their own hype? Who knows? Time to soak up the pressure. Big style. Yes. In the live World Cup table now, Argentina are bottom, of course. They are with -1 on their goal difference. Saudi Arabia lighting up the tournament. Good for them. And here they come again. Oh, goodness me. The tackle is there. And this is the thing. Saudi have been fairly sort of progressive in their play, and Argentina are going to have to attack now, aren't they? This is what happens when you underestimate the opposition. You always need to show them respect. I'm sure they haven't underestimated or disrespected them. They've just not been very good, Argentina. Maybe, who knows? You would hope they've been professional enough not to do that. Here comes Alvarez down the middle. Good block. Goodness me. What a result this would be for Saudi Arabia. This is unbelievable. Long way to go. Saudi's not afraid to dig in physically. I can smell here being equaliser somehow. Well, and Chris, how much stoppage time has been played in all the games so far? Lots. And that pressure, if this stays 2-1, is going to be insane as we go over 90, 95 minutes, which we've done in all of the games. So far, crossed over. It's going to be a corner to Argentina. 20-1 odds for Saudi before the kickoff. Missed it. Was it a good goal? Scroll back the Peckham poet. It was a brilliant goal to put Saudi in front. The equaliser was a pretty decent finish as well by Al-Sheri. But Al Dawsari is probably right now writing his name potentially into Saudi football history. Corner from Messi cleared out. Knocked back to the great Lionel Messi. Inside, Di Maria clicks it to the back post. Good ball. Volleyed across. Huge chance. And surely offside there. If he hadn't have touched it, it might have been a better bet. I think it was Romero. Well, excuse my pronunciation. Tagliafico. Surely would have been offside if that had gone in, wouldn't he? Just kind of hits him. Tagliafico. Excuse me, struggling with that pronunciation. What a save. Good job. I put £40 on for Saudi to win. Chris, the rules here we need to see a screenshot of the bet. If you want us to believe you. If you have, I love it. Good luck. And enjoy your winnings. We have lots of claims of exotic bets in the chat. Don't we? Another corner to Argentina. Messi. That would probably intimate that Tagliafico was not offside. Tagliafico. I'm trying my best. Here's a counter-attack chance, though, for the Saudis. Messi quickly spots the ball, wants to take the free kick quickly. I'm going to have to rely on you now for the comms. Pooch needs a walk. Enjoy your walk, Ben. Stay with us. How many peso to the Real? Stefan, I think we know the answer is 2-1 at the moment. Is it me thinking it's silly having Messi on corners chasing again? Maybe so. Maybe so. Going to win a lot of money. I hope you're right, Chris. For me to buy in again, I need to see a screenshot. Or an old-fashioned betting slip. Remember them. Filling them in with those little pens. At the football. Just do it on our phones now, don't we? I should say now, please gamble responsibly. There's one clipped over the top. The flag stays down. It's Messi into the box. Messi on the right foot, though, comes inside. Messi tries to cut it back to Di Maria. Good defended by the Saudis, who are now, it's 65 on the clock, 25 minutes away from the monster of all upsets here. Di Maria. Clipped inside to the substitute, Fernandez. Di Maria again. Fernandez again. Messi knocks that wide to Alvarez. Alvarez hangs up the cross and it is caught by Oais in goal for Saudi, who gives it a Jordan Pickford and falls to the ground. In a Teams meeting and heard Ben go in sick mode. Come on. It warranted it. I know I got in trouble for yelling too much on the England goals, but there we go. There's a little flip inside. Free kick not given, which means the Saudis have got it high up again. Oh, big tackle there. And this is one of those who fouled who situations. Are we going to get a red card here? No. The yellow comes out for Malky, the number 8, who I think just got their second. Anyone who watches the EFL will have seen a situation in a game between Plymouth and Accrington Stanley, where two players slammed into each other, bang, bang. Both were red carded for excessive force. I don't think there was any excessive force there or endangering the opponent there for the red card. So I think the refs got that one right. Yellow card, which I need to put in the ticker. I think that's the first. Is that the first yellow card of the game? Forgive me if I've missed any. Oh, big switch of play there. Here comes Tagliafico. And it's going to be a throw-in to the Argentines. Yeah, first yellow of the game. That one is Tagliafico. Di Maria. Martinez. The centre-back Martinez. Of course, we now have 3 Martinez playing for Argentina in goal at centre-back and up top. Messi. We all recognise him. Lovely little slide through by Messi. Ooh. And wearing number 9, Al Buraikan, but doing a lot of defending now. He's playing down. He's just sort of the inside right forward, but he's basically now just covering the right back here and doubling up on Angel Di Maria and Tagliafico. Corner goes in, headed over, and the clock ticks down a little bit more towards a potential massive World Cup shock. Mofta bookies. I can't do the accent, Hadouken. It's passion, it's allowed. Amen to that one. Still love a betting slip. Is there a manly phrase? And I'm going to bookies. Who's the Saudi coach? Leon, someone was saying he was the Zambia coach as well, and a successful Zambia coach. So obviously, very good. Oh, Hervé Renard, yes. I am familiar with his work. We've just seen Al Dawson. It's a great strike, isn't it? Look at those Saudi fans behind the goal. They love it. And the look on Lionel Messi's face as well. Incredible. Those Argentina fans cannot believe what is happening. I agree with the comments. Hervé Renard, the manager, will be hailed rightly. Let's be honest, even if he draws this one, he'll be hailed. What a performance by Saudi Arabia. Going to get another sub. That is number 4 now for the Argentines. Marcos Acuna is coming on for the left back Tagliafico, which I'm fairly pleased about because I've fallen over his name about 5 million times during this stream. And he's been getting the ball more and more and more, hasn't he? So a swap there. Why is he wearing number 8 if he's going to play left back? Acuna. I assume he's going to play left back. We'll see where indeed, yeah, he's gone straight over to take a throw in the left back spot. Guys, don't forget to hit the like. And don't think of it as a like for me. Think of it as a like for an incredible potential World Cup upset here. As Argentina trail 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. How about that? Di Maria elects not to take the throw-in. Passes that one on. Inside it goes to Martinez, the Man United. Sorry, it's that's Fernandez. Excuse me, the central midfielder. Slid out to the right wing, and they are in behind. In comes the cross all the way across the box there. Oi's the keeper dived at that one. Acuna's Going to recycle it, keep things going. It's Messi on the edge of the box. Messi, lovely little poke through. And, it's hit across the keeper, who spills it slightly, but then, much to the pleasure of the Saudi fans, grabs hold of it again straight afterwards. Di Maria into the box now. Pressure building, cleared to the edge. Knocked on by Fernandez. Messi just gets their second. Can they clear their lines here, Saudi? No, they can't. It's a big miss kick. Did Fernandez foul him? I don't think so. I think he's just too strong for him there. Abdulhamid, the right back there, just getting into a bit of bother. And finally, well, after a fashion, they clear their lines, booted up in the air. Can I get on the end of that one? Oh, what a back pass that is. Martinez does well to not panic there and gets a good touch on it. I need an Argentina win and 2 bookings to keep my treble. Almost got to keep it to get through the day with 4 games. Oh, they're in behind. Good goalkeeping. Really good sweeper keeper work there, but he's off his line. The shot is lobbed back in. It's not a good one. There. I get called out for a bit. Come back and Argentina are losing. It's all going on here. Time is running out, senor. Very, very much so for the Argentinians. Great bit of goalkeeping there by Oais. And if he gets there second, the way he slid in there with his, let's just say, if he'd been anywhere near an opponent, then he was in a lot of trouble. But he got there first and he tackled nice and cleanly. We've had a yellow card, and this plays into the time-wasting narrative as well. Literally the first possible option to time waste, and the yellow card has come out. And this is not something that gets said a lot, but fair play FIFA. If they're clamping down on holding from corners and set plays and time wasting, I'm for it. They're far from perfect, but I agree with them on those things. It was Al Balay who got the yellow card. We'll stick it on the ticker down the bottom there. A second yellow card for the Saudis. Although I'm going to pause for a second. Oh, lovely cross with the outside of his foot. And it's cleared into the stand. Abdulhamid does the sensible thing there and just gets rid. And it's going to be a corner to Argentina. Belay, there we go. In it comes from Acuna and headed over the bar. Messi no longer on corners, as someone was suggesting might be a good idea in the chat. Arabian Nights, that is a tune. Didn't we have the other day? We had Prince Ali. All the Aladdin songs are coming out with the Arabic theme of this World Cup. Probably a lot of people's earliest exposure to said culture. The Disney movie of, God, let me guess, 1992? So can someone look up when Aladdin came out? I'll guess 1992. Messi on corners takes me back to Kane on corners. The good old Roy Hodgson days. Not slagging off Roy the boy. I'm a big fan, but he didn't have a good time as England manager, did he? Saudi building up down the right here. Imagine they got themselves a third goal. The scenes would be incredible. There's a foul there by Abdulhamid. Unbelievable. What a guess. 1992. the year of the Barcelona Olympics, wasn't it? Remember Linford Christie, Sally Gunnell, maybe. A few gold medalists. Oh, Jay, that's terrible. I'm putting that up. I'm not reading that out. Substitute about to come in. Number 11, who I believe is one of the heroes. Yeah, Al Sherry with the first goal comes out. Again, referee hot on any possible time wasting. Ganam is coming on. He's wearing number 2, so I'm assuming we're going to get some kind of back 3 and wing backs here. I don't know what's going on the bench there, having all kinds of arguing down there. But here come Argentina. Oh, he's just overplayed it. And I think we're going to get a mass low block defense here from the Saudis, understandably so. Again, big argument going on as the ref pulled the play back there for a foul on Messi. He has. Cano was just late. And of course, that means we get a free kick with the maestro with the potential to bang this one into the top corner. Let's just stick the substitute on the ticker for you guys. Number 2. And there we go. And what, pray tell, do you think Lionel Messi has got up his sleeve here? Didn't look a free kick. No, it looked a bit of a soft one, didn't it? They would be unlucky. How much stoppage time today? 10 minutes. You would imagine so. Yeah. They've been really hefty on the added time. Not that there's been hardly any stoppages, and the ref has been well on top of any potential time wasting. 25th of November 92. It's my dad's birthday, and he will be celebrating his birthday in 3 days on November the 25th, 2022. Right, 79:35 on the clock. Messi has scored from the spot. They need some help from their best player here, Argentina. Can he give them a get out of jail free card here? Referee gets the wall back. Here comes Messi over the wall. Not his best. That's a very high bar, of course, but far from his best, in fact. Messi nowhere near, in fact, with that one. And the ball hits a banner of Diego the Great, maybe the greatest, Diego Maradona there. What would he do in this situation? He would go and drag the ball off the goalkeeper and try and win the game himself, wouldn't he? El Diego. This the first World Cup since his passing. 80 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. The score, I reiterate, is not a typo. This is not a drill. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Looked possibly like Martinez was coming from an offside position there, but we are still going. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card. Abdul Hamid gets a yellow. He's looked a little bit more frantic, more and more actually, the past, say, 10, 15 minutes. The right back, I think he's played well, to be fair to him, Abdul Hamid. But yeah, he is a growing red card risk now. I wonder if they've got a sub right back, the Saudis, that Hervé Renard can indeed put in. No goals from open play from Argentina. No, David. And I wonder what their open play XG is, because I bet it's not very high, is it? which probably tells us what we already know. They haven't really created a hell of a lot in this game, have they? I'll tell a lie. It's 2.1. XG first half, XG open play. Oh, no. No, you're totally right. 0.15 is Argentina's open play XG, which tells us the probability of the chances they've created from open play is pretty non-existent. All hands to the pump now. Absolutely. 82-30. Now, it'd be very interesting because I agree with all of you lot talking about FIFA, obviously asking the referees to clamp down on stoppage time. I wonder how many minutes we're going to get at the end of this one. Probably 7 or 8, I would have thought. I haven't seen that much time waste, and there hasn't been that many stoppages. Di Maria down the right. A bit laboured there. As soon as I say that, Leon says, been a lethargic performance from Argentina. I think we agree. De Paul tries to switch the play. It gets to Acuna. It wasn't a great ball, though. It's a bit lucky, to be honest. De Paul again. That's a much better pass out to Di Maria. Crosses left-footed. Messi heads it straight into the keeper's hands. You see it fall into him, and you think he's destined to score. It was just a floaty cross, and even the great Lionel Messi couldn't get enough power on the header there. Argentina were victim of another. Yes, that's a very good point, actually. In the opening game, and they were world champions at that point in 1990. Saudi clear their lines. That's going to be an Argentinian throw-in. Would an NFL style club? I think that will come into football at some point. I've been saying that for about, I'm not joking, probably 5 or 10 years, that I think that's the only real way you're ever going to get to the bottom of time wasting and, time management. I think if you said to a lot of people, get rid of the fourth official and make him a timekeeper, I don't think we'd be losing much, would we? And I don't think we would go down the adverts route, because obviously in the NFL, they've got the playbooks and the defense comes out and then the attack comes out and they're switching players and whatnot. I don't think we would be stop-start with that. I just think you stop the clock and you restart the clock. No adverts, keep going. A continuous half, but stoppages that way. Average J, long time no see. Welcome, sir. Even with 5 to go, some of the Argentinian players look defeated. They're going to look more than defeated if they lose this game, aren't they? They're going to look like they've seen a ghost. Down goes, and this is where we will get the stoppage time. I think it's Al Barikan. And the referee gives it the old Thomas Frank there. Up goes the arm. We know he's going to add it on. And we are, I mean, you can all get your guesses in. Looks like he's got cramp, actually. We are going to get surely 8 to 10 minutes, I think, of stoppage time. .86 on the clock. In a minute, even though there's probably going to be a bit more drama in this game, you can just tell. In a minute, we can do our man of the match, who I expect from most of you will be a Saudi player. Maybe the right back, Abdelhamid, I've enjoyed. Or does it automatically have to go to Al Dawsari, the scorer of what at the moment would be the winning goal? I cannot believe I'm saying those words, but 86-38. Let's assume we're going to get 8-9 minutes of stoppage time. So we've got 10 or 12 minutes in reality to play. De Paul, Messi. De Paul, good play. Down the right-hand side comes Di Maria. Good cross with the left foot. And again, last ditch, head it, kick it. Neil Warnock defending from the Saudis. And it's working. And away on the break. That is brilliant play from number 9, Al Barik. And he's still got this outstanding play. If he wins a foul or a corner here, that is so good. Oh, he doesn't. He bought his team a load of time and got them up the pitch there. Tremendous bit of play from Al Barakan. Double sub for the Saudis. Bring on all your defenders, I think, is the answer. Oh, we're getting a yellow card. Maybe for time wasting there. Number 18. Is he coming off and on? They're substituting the substitute, incredibly. Al Abid. On comes Asiri and Alamri. So the sub gets subbed off. The number 9 who just did that brilliant play down the side as well. And we'll see if we can get all these names right in the ticker. 25, Asiri, we think, is going to play up front and just basically run. That's all you got to do, mate. Try and get hold of the ball if you can and just run. I think it was number 4, Amri, came on as well. 88:52 on the clock. It's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Potentially a gigantic upset in the offing. Although here comes Di Maria, that's a foul and probably a yellow card, I would imagine. He hasn't given a yellow card. The Saudi players held their heads. They didn't think it was a foul. Neil Warnock got a mention. Neil Warnock always gets a mention. Them's the rules. Will Nornock. Absolutely. You've got to say throughout the game, defensive shape Saudi's been excellent and brave as well, Tom. Been way up the pitch in that first half, weren't they? I thought they were going to lose about 4-0 with their high defensive line. They're winning 2-1. Tom Blockyer. Nice. Ref going to need an operation to remove that yellow card. True, but he's been good, actually. He's got the yellow card out again now. He's taken absolutely no nonsense. Forgive me, I didn't quite see who it was for. It looked like the 23, Cano. In comes the free kick from Argentina. It's headed away, and we are past 90 minutes now. We are into stoppage time. What are we going to get? 8, 9, 10 minutes? No, in this World Cup. Oh, in comes the cross. Alvarez tries to put it into the 6-yard box. It's going to be a corner. How much stoppage time then, guys? We haven't been told by the TV. Acuna is going to take the corner into stoppage time. It's headed away and helped on. Yeah, 8 minutes. Could have been worse, given we've had 10s so far. Thanks, guys. 8 minutes of stoppage time for the Saudis to defend. Oh, the keeper spilled it. Alvarez just headed off the line. Oh, the flag is up. I think foul on the keeper, who is furious, and he's been booked now. He needs to calm down. The ref is literally booking the entire Saudi team now as they either complain or take their time. I think it's safe to say we were horribly wrong about this game. Yep, me too. He's offside, actually, as he goes in for the... I think he fouls the keeper as well, to be fair. Not that the defender on the line... Yeah, Ottoman, that's a foul, isn't it, on the keeper? I know keepers get fouls against them all the time anyway. Not that the defender on the line would have known. That's a brilliant headed clearance, isn't it? Incredible. Saudi's coach is the best in the tournament. Well, after this, he's certainly way out in front, isn't it? Do I get a prize? Call the extra time correctly. Yes, Dave. You get our undying respect. Where are the Messi fans? I'm a Messi fan. How can Argentina recover from this game? Who knows? We did see Spain lose to Switzerland, though, in game 1 of the 2010 World Cup and win it. We did see Argentina lose to Cameroon and then get to the finals. They've won a corner, Saudi Arabia. Incredible stuff. 92-30. Unbelievable. Saudi are playing their hearts out. Corner to the Saudis. How many are they going to send forward for this one? Not many, I would assume. Al Dawsari, the hero at the moment. The scorer of what looks like it's going to be a winning goal. Takes it short. They're going to try and hold it in the corner, which is perfectly legal. They've done all right. I know he's offside, isn't he? Silly Billy. Amazing how many times that happens. 93-17. We've got 8 minutes minimum stoppage time here. West Germany, Algeria. Yeah, Argentina got all the way to the final, didn't they? It's booted into the crowd there by Malky. Oh, dear. Goodness me. It's an Argentinian attack trying to build up down the left. Horrible ball by Acuna. He gets away with that one, doesn't he? Fernandez. They're just loose, Argentina, today, aren't they? Something just not quite right. But are they going to get the late eagle? Look at that Saudi defensive line. They're 30 meters from goal. It's incredible how brave they're being. DePaul. Fernandez. Clipped over the top. Keeper comes out. He trashes everybody. The ball's still loose. Oh, the keeper's way out of goal. Messi. Still Messi. Stays on his feet. And they've won it back. Have they? Yes, they have. Get rid of it, for goodness sake. We're still going. I mean, there's an Argentinian player down in the... There's a Saudi player down in the box. And the game has stopped. The Saudis, understandably, furiously waving on as many doctors as they can to try and slow this down. Oh, no. Oh, I don't want to see... I really don't want to see a replay of that. Oh, man. Oh, God, that's horrible. There is no time wasting gone on at all here. Oh, I hope that guy's okay. I think it was Sharani. Oh, man. I do not need to see another replay of that. God. We had one yesterday in the Iran-England game that was bad. This one's even worse, and the keeper looks a bit upset because he's obviously kneed his own player in the head. Oh, God. I hope he's okay. And I hope he's... Is he moving? Yes, yeah, I can see his legs moving. Now, let's not have any of this stuff we had with Iran yesterday. Just get him off the pitch and get him rested. That was horrible. Oh, God. The keeper looks upset now. He needs to... I know it's his teammate. He needs to get his head together, though. I know he's just smashed his teammate in the head. But they need to keep their concentration here, don't they? Oh, God. If not, they need to sub the keeper and get him out of the game if his head's gone as well. So you would imagine now, what do you reckon? 98. It's probably going to go to about 101 or 102 minutes, this one, for this stoppage. You just wonder whether Oase, the keeper, has lost his head here. after injuring his own teammate completely accidentally, of course, but yeah, nasty knee to the head, almost Schumacher-esque. Serious. I hope the player is okay. Oh God! So I just click. A dreadful accident it was, wasn't it? Not good at all. You wonder if that will affect the game. Who's coming on to replace him? Number 6 is Burak. 78 minutes of additional time. And that's just what's been given, Luke, as well. We've had to go over it in a couple of the games, haven't we? Well, let's hope. I'm pretty sure it's Shirani, number 13. Let's hope he's okay. And I appreciate the TV companies for not showing the replay again, because that was horrible. But, and I don't want to sound callous here, because I do care about the welfare of the player, they've got to get their heads back in the game now, Saudi, because they're on the verge of the greatest possible win in their footballing history. We've gone past 98 minutes. I'd imagine we'll go another 4 or 5 minutes, given the seriousness of that injury. Hopefully, he's given 2. That's great. That's tremendous news. He gave 2 thumbs up on the stretch there, which I think we're all so pleased to see that he's okay. So out goes Shirani, and number 6, Barak, comes in, and we're probably going to play another 4 or 5 minutes, I would have thought here. Right, back in the game, having seen those 2 thumbs up. It's clipped over the top. Alvarez is closed down, but it's going to be another corner. Oh, the tension. So early in the tournament as well. Acuna is going to take this one left-footed. In it comes. It's cleared to the edge of the box. Oh, they've got a bit unlucky there. It ricocheted, pinballed, and it's gone out for another corner when Al-Dassari, the hero, or potentially the hero, just tried to get ahead on it there. In comes another corner. They've won the first contact and the second contact. It's to the edge of the box. Chance to recycle. Saudi trying to get up to the edge of the box. Swung in left-footed. Headed goals by Alvarez, and a lovely camera save by Oais. Couldn't get any pace on the header. And I would guess now we are 2 minutes from the end of the game. I think we'll go up to about 102 minutes, or into the 103rd minute, put it that way. Here comes Al-Dassari. It's got an overlap, actually. Goodness me. Don't commit too many forwards, Saudi, for goodness sakes. Malky, cool as you like, and there's a load of space now. Take it into the corner, for goodness sake. Abdul Hamid, he knocks it ahead to Ganam. And they've still got it. Have they won the foul? No, and they've given the ball away. They don't want to get caught all with 5 players up in that corner here. And here comes the counter attack for Argentina. Messi to Di Maria. Comes inside, crosses left-footed. That's no good, and that will go out. Oh, this is so close now. 101 minutes and 12 seconds. Probably 90 seconds left. Keeper man of the match. He's been very good. Safe hands. Sod my work for a couple of minutes. This is gripping. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not on the edge of my seat, but I'm sat right up in it. Goodness me. Oh, Ice is going to clear this down the ground. We're all guessing, but there's probably 90 seconds left. Maybe 2 minutes. Forward, the goal kick goes, and it's an Argentine head that touches it, and it's a Saudi throw. Oh, the Saudi fans are cheering every single throw in. The Argentine coach here, Scaloni, looks absolutely forlorn, as you can imagine. Hervé Renard looks as calm as you can get, the Saudi coach. This is going to be thrown down the line. 102-13 on the clock. Another minute probably to go. Saudi have got it. They just need to kick it in the corner. That wasn't clever. Bit of a panic. Just booted out for a goal kick. Here comes probably the last reset and probably the last chance for Argentina to avoid a humiliating first game defeat. Last chance for the Argentines. Di Maria goes back into the centre halves. Messi's all the way back again in the quarterback position. Here comes the cross. It's not a good one. Can they get it clear? Yes, they can. It's booted down the ground. I think there might have been a late tackle as well as it came. Referee didn't see it at all. He was looking at the ball instead. Throw-in comes. 103 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock. Acuna. I hate to say it, but we're all Saudi Arabia at the moment. In comes the cross. Headed clear. Out it goes. Back to Acuna. All eyes on the referee. Fernandez has got it. Can he get a decent ball in? He switches the play. It's headed by a Saudi player to Lionel Messi. Messi tries to stick it through the gap, and they've cleared it over halfway. 103 minutes, 38 seconds on the clock. We are still playing. That defensive line is so high up. Again, from the Saudis. It's launched forward! Saudi Arabia have beaten Argentina. Unbelievable result in Group C. We have the first shot of the World Cup. They came from behind, and with 2 early goals in the second half, the Saudis have won. Al Dawsari is going to be the hero. He smashed one into the top corner. Lionel Messi, one of the all-time greats, is on the losing side against Saudi Arabia. What a result here in the World Cup. Well played, Saudi. We said it in the first half. Argentina aren't playing that well here. We said Saudi aren't really out of it. They just hadn't made any chances. And they made 2 chances and they smashed them both into the same corner of the same net within 5 minutes. An incredible win. Well played, Saudi Arabia. And I think most of us can tear up our predictions charts because the cat has been well and truly thrown into a flock of Argentinian pigeons. Unbelievable. Wow. Let's have a look at some comments. Incredible, fully deserved win. I don't think anyone can disagree with that who's watched the game. It was, wasn't it? England will have to beat a good team if you want to win it. Absolutely. Can anyone think of a bigger upset in the World Cup? We're struggling now. This is massive. They were favourites with so many people. Argentina. Incredible. Oh, my God. Get in. They've done it. Madness. Wow. Just wow. Saudi power. Yes, the biggest shocker in the World Cup. It's not going to be a bigger shock than this, surely, in this World Cup. Well done, Saudi. Congratulations, Saudi. That was unexpectedly exciting. I know this sounds crazy at the moment, but would now be a good time to bet. Yeah, probably would be, Brian. First win since '94. My neighbours are celebrating like mad. Go on, the Saudis. Denmark v Tunisia's got to be. I think I need to calm down after this. I think we might need to know. What do we know about footy? We know, Mike, it is a brilliant, glorious, surprising game. Wonderful result. I know we're supposed to be impartial here, but on behalf of everybody, well played, Saudi Arabia. That is magnificent from the Saudis. Thank you all for watching. I'm probably going to need to calm down now for a bit, so we'll probably come back for the 7 p.m. game. What a shocker. The result to shock the world. Saudi Arabia 2, Argentina 1. How about that, you lot? See you tonight.